Welcome back, crafters, to day 3 of tube animals. Today we'll be making the whale.
For the whale, you'll need a toilet paper tube, pen or pencil, gray paint or gray marker, scissors, and pinking scissors, they're optional, butter knife, an embossing tool, glue or glue gun.
Before we do, I want to point out a basic animal design principle. If you've noticed, all our animals are cut from a squished tube, and both sides are cut at the same time. When we do that, we get animals with a mirrored left and right half. Fun fact, in the biology world is known as external bilateral symmetry. 99% of animals are designed this way.
Today we're doing a whale. You're going to need to have a tube and squish it flat like we did with all the others so far. And you have your pattern. With your pattern, it's going to have dotted lines and solid lines. On your solid lines, those are the lines that you're going to need to cut. You do not want to cut the dotted lines. So you're going to take your whale pattern, place it onto your tube, and trace out the pattern, and then cut where you need to. Remember, you're cutting on the solid lines, folding on the dotted lines. On the tail portion of the whale, you are going to only use half of the extra piece that is sticking up off of the slanted piece that goes down to the tail. So you're going to want to fold and use your embossing tool on the dotted lines to make it easier to see that. Once you cut those pieces out and you have folded one section, you can turn it over on the other side of the tube and cut off that one portion of the tube. So you only need one flap that has 2 folds in it to glue the back of the whale together. For the gills on the bottom, you have a very long fold line that goes from the base of the tail up to the mouth. That's the dotted line on your pattern, and you will be folding on that dotted line. So you need to make sure you trace the dotted line, and then when you're done and the whale is still flat, you're going to use the embossing tool on the dotted line. In front of the fin on the back, you're going to want to fold one edge that's only a small portion of that edge is cut. You're going to pull apart your tube after everything is cut and you've embossed everything, and you will sit the whale upright and kind of squish him down flat along those folds. So his gills get pushed up, and then you'll fold it along the bottom so he will kind of sit flat. And you do the same thing for the fin on the top of the whale. You glue those 2 fin pieces together. So you pinch those together and hold them with your glue. Either use a rubber band or use a paper clip to hold them together and then let it dry. Once your whale is glued together and is stable, you can begin to decorate your whale.
This paper whale is nothing compared to the fantastic complexity of the real thing. What I do as a designer should always point in that direction. You like this? Take a look at the real thing who created that. What an enormous amount of knowledge and skill it took to create a real whale. We could spend an entire lifetime just studying whales. But that's not all. God made every single kind of animal and plant and mineral. It would take 1,000,000 lifetimes to study them all, and we still wouldn't know everything. This is our God. There is no one, nothing greater. I took a tube and turned it into a paper representation of a whale. God took nothing and turned it into everything we know and see.